Hello and welcome to FTTR. I'm Hugh McQuaid and this is part 2 of my relationship with WWE video. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about the main roster and the potential that is there, particularly on the Raw side. So you have a look at the Raw roster and you've got AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Andrade, possibly, and Keith Lee, Matt Riddle. You've got all these talented athletes and none of them are being used to their full potential. And that's what's so disheartening about the main roster at the moment, is that the stories just aren't compelling in the slightest. Take Drew McIntyre for instance. His story started at WrestleMania when he won the championship. He had some really good matches, but there's been no progression as such. He is the same Drew he was at WrestleMania, and he's the same Drew now. Nothing's changed. He's had a match with one of his old friends, Dolph Ziggler. No sort of impact. He lost the title in a Hell in a Cell match. Usually the Hell in a Cell match is something that blows off a feud. Instead it kind of continued it because we got another match with Randy Orton. And I think Drew is the perfect example of this because he's so good, but in my opinion is being completely wasted on the main roster. He's a tremendous athlete, tremendous promo, he's got a great look, and he just needs that story that he can really sink his teeth into. And it looked like we were getting that with Sheamus, but it's now sort of veered all over the place. And we've got him versus Miz and Morrison. Who cares? Also, side note, the Money in the Bank has been completely wasted this year. Wasted. Give it to Keith Lee. Please. Usually the Money in the Bank is used to propel stories along or make for a really shocking moment, but it's been used for comedy this year. With Otis and The Miz. And there's just so much untapped potential there. I'm going off track with Drew, but I need to talk about this Money in the Bank stuff. Because I remember when... What was my first cash-in? Because I remember seeing the old ones on DVD. I remember seeing Edge. And I remember seeing Rob Van Dam in the Hype package on... I think it was... Vengeance? 06, maybe? There was a Rob Van Dam Hype package when he cashed in at One Night Stand. And then, but I think the first proper one that I saw was actually... Oh! It was Punk. It was Punk cashing in on Jeff at Extreme Rules. Brilliant. It's a really shocking moment, and that has been lost because we had Brock, we had Braun, we had Otis, and was it Corbin as well? There hasn't been a great Money in the Bank moment in years, and maybe that's what could really spice up Raw. Have a tournament for the Money in the Bank. Maybe. I'm just throwing ideas here. But what I'm trying to get across is that the main roster is broken because there's no way that new guys can get over. Keith Lee and Matt Riddle are struggling really badly when they should be in the main event. They should be main eventing every Raw. And that kind of sums up my current relationship with the main roster. And it's my relationship with Raw specifically. SmackDown's doing some really good stuff with Roman and the women's division. But Raw is just a wasteland. And there's so many talented people on there. And I don't want to get too bleak in this video, but it's the flagship show of wrestling in the week. It's something that has been a part of many people's lives for, what, nearly 30 years, it's the longest running episodic television show in history. As they say constantly in the games. But it just needs something so badly injected into it to give it that fire that it once had. And this is part 2 of my video, and it's just a plea really for Raw to get better and to focus on some of the amazing athletes that they have. One of my favourite matches of the past year, even though it was technically last year, was Matt Riddle, Adam Cole. Because it was a banger. And Matt Riddle's just being wasted on Raw. He's so good. So is Keith Lee. Please don't mess up Keith Lee, please. So yeah, this existential plea is my relationship with WWE at the moment. And thank you for listening to my plea. I hope it goes somewhere. Raw, get better. Please. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Thank you.